I said, all right. Oh man, there's some actually very solid. This is one of my favorite SCP. SCP-173. Let me just read the whole title at this point. New revised entry, explanation. I know this is gonna be fire, especially for Dr. Bob. Yo, I want to see how you gonna tell this story. Fire! Alright. let me stop, boasting and all that, saying all this stuff because you're not gonna hit the like button, man. You should do the same thing to me. I know this is gonna be fire. Original video in the description. Go check out this man. Fire experimentation he does. He deserves way more credit and everything. I'm telling you, this guy's amazing. And before we actually start, something came in the mail for me. I'm going to an opening list soon. If you guys don't know what this is, something special. So I even get the foil and all that. I put this away. That's gonna be a special opening. And I finally already moved everything, all that. I got more space and all that. I could do my pack openings now. There's gonna be lots of pack opening video coming soon. I finally recorded some gaming videos and everything. So yeah, let's just get started. Let me start.
A group of 3 Class D personnel approach the locked containment chamber. One of them is carrying a bucket and mop.
Yep.
But all 3 of them look jumpy and hesitant to move forward. An SCP Foundation guard walking behind them gives one of them a push forward with the barrel of his gun, and they continue stepping towards the cell door. All 3 of them.
I'm going to say this one more time. D classes, they do not care about them. There's maybe like, let's say some scientists or let's say like researchers that they do care about them. But like 80% or 90% of the time, they do not care about them. If you guys don't know, D classes are people who got the death sentence or they got sentenced in life by doing, something, very, very bad to get them there. So the Foundation, let's say when the death sentence, they go to the day where they have to die, and they be like, all right, we got this. Give them to me, and we will protect, the whole world. And you, in the newspaper, will say that he actually suicided or the death sentence carried on, but there was no recording or nothing. Same thing with the life sentence. They say the same thing and all that. But yeah, and I'll be stalling. Let's continue.
Stare at the heavy locked metal door. Behind it, the sound of stone scraping against metal can be heard coming from inside. A second guard standing next to the door asks the 3 if they are ready. They don't answer, and the guard
just put this a little bit more louder.
They never are.
There you go.
The guard loudly announces that special containment procedures are beginning now. You know the rules. 2 maintain eye contact at all times while the other cleans.
Yep.
If you have to blink, do it 1 eye at a time, and announce before you close even 1 eye so everyone knows. The guard turns and starts to enter a code into the keypad next to the door. Each of the D classes take a couple hard, last blinks, taking the last opportunity
to shut
both of their eyes at the same time.
This SCP is scary, but he's one of the. I love this SCP. I love this SCP.
All right, eyes up.
It's one of the first SCP I ever seen.
The door opens to reveal a small, dimly lit chamber. There are no furnishings, and much of the metal floor and walls are covered in a reddish-brown substance. And there in the corner is what they've heard stories and rumors about. The thing that has given them nightmares ever since they learned that
that's just a statue. That's actually not a face. That's just paint.
Or as most of the staff in the SCP Foundation call it, the sculpture. It looks so unassuming in person.
A classic, man.
Concrete figure with a stupid-looking spray-painted face, standing motionless in the corner. The 3 D classes get another push from the guard behind them, and they enter the chamber. The 2 assigned to watch SCP-173 assume their position in the middle of the
other
room,
one clean.
Their eyes locked on the sculpture as the other starts cleaning the foul substance off the floor and walls. It smells terrible, like a mix of old blood and human waste. The 2 assigned to watch
I know it's stinking there.
They follow protocol to a T, maintaining their vigil and announcing each time they are going to blink, even if it is only 1 eye. The third one continues cleaning, trying his best to keep his own eyes locked on the sculpture as he attempts to mop around.
I know something bad will happen. I know that has to be.
5933 does his job and doesn't break eye contact with SCP-173. Even though it hasn't moved, he can feel the presence of the sculpture, something within it, just waiting for him to slip up, to let his eyes avert for just 1 split second. They say that's all it takes. You stop looking for even an instant, and it's all over.
Tough. Oh, we got ad, y'all. I was not even paying attention. That's how much into OC animation. You guys already know. If I'm not getting paid at least a single penny on these ads, we're gonna mute it and we're gonna skip it. If you guys ever get one my ad, watch the whole thing. Thank you for supporting me. But remember, there should be no ads for now. So yeah, enjoy for now. Okay, let's get back.
The fear coursing through his veins, it is hard to maintain focus. All he can think about is how dry his eyes feel, and blinking them one at a time never seems to be enough. He wants so badly to shut his eyes to end their itchy, dry feeling. But he can't. Even with another watcher, it's too risky. There's suddenly a loud crack, but D5933 doesn't move his eyes away from 173.
What? I thought he was looking at him. Did one of them blink or something? Is that how fast? There's no way. Ain't no way.
He can see in his periphery that the other D-Class dropped his broom and instinctively looked down at it. Luckily for him, there were others watching. D5933 shifts in place, taking a step back and bumps into something. He can't look at what it is, but he reaches behind him and feels that it's the other D-Class watcher. But wait a minute. Why is he facing the other way? What are you doing? What's going on? He asks, his eyes never leaving SCP-173. What are you talking about? The other D-Class asks back. You're facing the wrong way. I'm facing the wrong way. You're facing the wrong way. We're supposed to be watching 173. What are you looking at? I am looking at 173. What are you looking at? D5933 doesn't know what's going on. He starts to panic. The one cleaning is focused on his task.
Oh, maybe he's like being delusional. But there's still someone. Oh, the four of them came. What?
Trying as hard as he can to quickly mop up an especially dirty corner of the cell. It's the worst sound D5933 could have heard. Achoo! A sneeze, just inches behind his head, followed by the sound of bones being cracked, a scream that was cut off too short, and a sick thud as a body dropped to the floor. D5933 doesn't even have a chance to scream before a pair of concrete hands grab his neck.
Ain't no way you gonna look away. I'm telling you.
Identical-looking sculpture staring back at him.
Those two, I know they could reproduce, like make more of themselves. So those two the whole time. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way it's just reproduce like that.
Ladies and gentlemen of the O5 Council,
ain't no way.
We have a problem. A senior researcher is giving a presentation to a group
that's what happened.
Largely in the shadows, obscuring both their identities as well as their reactions to his horrendous news. SCP-173, through means which we have not yet been able to determine, is multiplied.
See, I'm telling you. I know my SCP. I know, but I'm just confused. Like, they reproduce like that quick? Oh, there was just two of them the whole time. Is that what happened?
There's no.
And they're going to see the second one? Goes covered like in poop or something?
Curved table. The researcher in charge of SCP-173 waits for a response, anything at all. But after receiving none, he clears his throat and continues. We gave each of the new instances their own designation. SCP-173-1 and SCP-173-2.
That is scary. Like I'm telling you, that is scary. If there's multiple SCP-173, it's over. It's over for the world. Cause that's scary. Having one is dangerous. Like really, really dangerous. And having two, oh hell nah, man.
Observation duty during
oh hell nah.
173 cell were killed. The third was able to keep them both in his line of sight until they could be recontained and moved into separate cells. Again, no reaction from the shadows.
Yo, they gave me calling thing he adds.
The end of it. At some point, the instances of SCP-173 multiplied again, each splitting to form yet another instance. SCP-173-1 through 4 are all contained separately, but we don't know if or when another split will occur. The senior researcher waits, but no one on the O5 Council speaks or moves until the one seated in the very middle slides a piece of paper across the table in front of him. The senior researcher looks confused. He looks to the mobile task force guard stationed near the door, but he too remains expressionless, eyes locked.
What's in the paper?
The researcher,
let me know.
unsure of what else to do,
let me know.
Steps away from the lectern and walks towards the table. He picks up the piece of paper and reads it. Object class, upgrade from Euclid to Keter. Orders, continue observation. The senior researcher nods in agreement, thanks the O5 Council for their time, and leaves the room. Lights flash and siren blare in the halls of Site 19. It's a containment.
The
Facility staff, researchers, and site guards all run down the hall, screaming, trying desperately.
If 173 escape and you run away like that, it's catchy you no matter what. It's so fast.
There's no hope for any of them, though. In a flash, SCP-173 instances appear behind them, snapping their necks.
I like the animation.
The floor before moving on.
Man, that's tough.
There must be dozens of them, even as a guard tries to keep their eyes on one instance, preventing
one behind it.
Another behind them.
It's
the
over.
Staff of Site 19 flee for their lives, screaming for someone, anyone, to help them. The senior researcher pressed.
The best thing to do in this situation is like you want to prolong your death is legit be in the corner and look in one direction. That's pretty much what you could do. Or go to a dead end wall and look at that direction. That's all you could do.
Pause on the video. The terrified face of the senior researcher who gave the last presentation is frozen on the screen. An instance of SCP-173 is directly.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
Its hands wrapped around his neck in the split second before his life was snuffed out. The new researcher giving the presentation looks considerably more frazzled than his predecessor. He explains to the O5 Council that following this horrific containment breach at Site 19, at least 61 instances of SCP-173 are now unaccounted for. It is still unknown how they are replicating, but worryingly, there is evidence that the process may be speeding up. He presses play on a new clip from the security footage, which shows what appears to be multiple instances of 173 working in tandem, some using their bodies to block exits, others creating choke points in the facility corridors. We have theorized that SCP-173, as we are now referring to the collective instances, may possess a form of hive intelligence.
Yo, this is so good. I like this.
Intelligence scale with the number of
this is so
that
good.
are nearby. This allowed them to implement tactics that thwarted our containment efforts, as they used instances to block our containment teams from being able to pursue others. What you have in front of you is a proposal for revised special containment procedures. What I recommend may sound drastic, but it's what I truly
They're going to keep the original and they're going to try to destroy the last ones. Right?
believe is the only way to contain this threat. Each of the O5 Council members picks up the folder in front of them, bringing it into the shadows that obscure them. What I propose is that SCP-173 instances no longer be kept in containment cells, but instead placed inside of form-fitting metal containers. We can then use SCP-120 to transport the instances to the Foundation site on the lunar surface. The facility will have to be abandoned, of course. It's too risky to maintain a presence there, but each of the instances will be fitted with a tracking collar to ensure that we will be able to detect if any of them are somehow able to escape. The senior researcher waits. After a time, a paper is once again slid across the table. He approaches and picks it up. He sees that it is the same folder containing the revised Special Containment Procedures proposal. He opens it to find that it has been stamped. Approved. Breaking news flashes across the screen.
What happened here now?
A worried-looking reporter appears as though she didn't have time to do her hair or makeup before rushing on air to deliver this special report. She explains that civilian deaths across North America are now estimated to be more than 500,000 people.
Damn, bro!
48 hours.
God damn!
As these still unidentified creatures continue their deadly rampage across the continents. It is unknown how many of them there may be, but the number of sightings has led some to estimate that there may be hundreds, if not thousands, or even tens of thousands of.
That's tough. It's in the news now. They have to use the I forgot what it's called, the I can't say it right, but you know what I'm talking about. They have to use that to make everyone forget.
Neck-snapping sculptures. The reporter explains that rumors are circulating that the creature can be stopped by maintaining eye contact with it, but that this has yet to be confirmed. There is still no official word from the White House or from any members of Congress.
Imagine this was real though. Imagine that SCP was real. You know how you know how scary it would be.
Was overrun by the
fire at the same time. Got rid of my work in the SCP Foundation. I think that would be fun.
Creatures earlier that day. The reporter suddenly stops speaking, and a terrified look comes over her face. Her eyes locked on something just off screen. The camera pans over to show an instance of SCP-173 standing over a dead cameraman. There's a scream, and the camera goes back to the reporter, who now lies dead on her desk.
It's tough. The cameraman is it's tough. That's it.
Before there's another sound of bones breaking, and the feed goes dead. A woman in an SCP researcher coat sits at a computer terminal in a secure bunker.
Is that a necklace? That's not Dr. Bright, right?
A large, jeweled medallion around her neck. Personal log of Dr. Bright.
And yo, you see why? I like it. Yo, so it was Dr. Bright. See how you guys are the necklace, man. Come on, man. I know my SCP, man. You know Dr. Bright, the necklace, man. The necklace. He could take on any person body, pretty much. The necklace. You can see the Dr. Bry video that we did that I did for the reaction. Go watch it. Fire.
From the little news I've been able to gather, it sounds like SCP-173 has besieged and destroyed 4 Foundation facilities pretty much simultaneously in the last 24 hours. Each instance shows the same strength as the original, and thousands of them working together are capable of ripping open concrete bunkers and compromising foot-thick steel doors.
That's tough.
I alone have been killed 37 times in the last
week.
See?
But the medallion, that's Dr. Butt right there, man.
It can smell me, somehow, regardless of what body I'm in. The majority decision of the remaining O5s is that this is an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario unfolding, and they're gonna deal with the problem, or else the Russians are. They're evacuating this base, which means there won't be a single Foundation scientist anywhere in the New World. They say they're gonna try to evacuate the surviving civilians, but I doubt it. There can't be more than a couple hundred people in all of North America anyway. I managed to make it down to a secure bunker, but who knows how long it will be until they're able to get in. I don't think there's any chance I can get out either. I'm running out of food, and I'm not sure which will get me first. Hunger, the sculptures, or what I know the O5s will inevitably do. Dr. Bright closes the computer terminal and sits back in her chair.
Well, for him, it's a he. Even though he has a girl body, he's the medallion right now. Anything that he puts on the medallion, like on the person, or says someone picks it up and put it on, it turns to Dr. Bright. So he's pretty much immortal. But like to find another body, you know what I mean, it's gonna be hard for him.
She looks up at the ceiling of the bunker where the sound of concrete scratching against metal can be heard through the thick walls. A sullen and tired-looking researcher steps out of a room in the makeshift Foundation site that has been established just outside of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. He's holding a piece of paper and closes the door behind him, which has had O5 Council authorized entry only hastily painted on the outside.
He's off.
A small group of Foundation staff are waiting for him. They've gathered to hear what the overseers have decided to do in the face of this world-ending disaster.
Oh, we're getting to add, yo. Ain't no way we're getting to add almost near the end of the video, Dr. Bob. Huh? Explain yourself, Dr. Bob. I'm talking about, I'm talking to you. Explain yourself. Nah, stop. Let's pause it. I'll mute.
The researcher looks around at his colleagues' faces.
This is good.
And as they make eye contact, any hope they had is quickly replaced by the bad news they know is coming. He begins to read. Revised Special Containment Procedures. Containment Zone X1, formerly North and South America, is to be denied access. Following saturation nuclear bombing, the number of SCP-173 instances has been reduced. All available Foundation resources are to be redirected to monitoring the ocean to ensure the integrity of Containment Zone X1. Foundation adjuncts from national navies are to perform around-the-clock patrols and sonar sweeps. Detected instances are to be contained and removed to SCP-120 for transport to the lunar containment site. That's it? One of the staff members asks. That's it, the researcher replies.
Like nothing much you can do.
Several of those present begin to cry. There's nothing more they can do.
That's what I just said.
Their friends, their families, all of them are gone. Killed either by the neck-wrenching sculptures or in the heat of a nuclear blast. Why? Why did they have to do it? One of the other staff, who appears to be a former site guard, asks. That's all we could do, another argues. There's much disagreement in the small crowd. No matter how they feel, though, this was the official order from the O5 Council. Their word is law, especially in a world where all law and order outside of the Foundation has broken down. There really was no other option. All they can do now is hope that the sacrifice of 2 whole continents was enough to keep it contained, that SCP-173 is unable to cross the ocean to Europe, and that they remain safe.
Yeah, they do it. The whole world is over. The whole world
this side of
is
the planet.
Over.
The group grows quiet, mourning the loss of the world they once knew. When the silence is suddenly interrupted by someone running down the hall. It's another researcher, carrying his own piece of paper. He tries to push past the group towards the O5 Council's door, insisting that they let him through, that he has important news that can't wait. What is it? Demands the group. We deserve to know. The group wrestles the paper away from the junior researcher, and it is passed through the group to the same man who read the revised special containment procedures. He quickly reads the report. It's just a couple of lines, and his face goes white. What is it? What does it say? Comes a question from the crowd. A message from the North Atlantic Navy General Command. Verified sighting of SCP-173 in the United Kingdom. Nuclear bombardment authorized and executed. No survivors. SCP-173 has come for them. I hope you enjoyed this special exploration of the SCP Foundation.
That was good. I don't think there's no more. He's just explaining and subscribe. Right here.
The prototype. Let me know in the comments
Yeah,
if you'd
that
like
was
to see
good.
more like this. And
That was
make sure
good.
you
I
subscribe
like
and
that.
turn
I
on.
like that. You guys remember, go subscribe to him. Subscribe to me too. You know what I mean? Go to 5,000 subscribers. But that was good, man. Alright, you guys already know though. You guys already know. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go to 5,000 subscribers. I know we can make it. Thanks to you guys. We are almost halfway there. You can also hit the like. I also hit the like button. Flame. You want to stop stuttering? Turn the notification because on the early game, which means you can be in the comment section, which means brings me to a comment section. You go to my game to play. It does not play a Roblox game. You go to my video to react to, but please link the video in the comment section. It'll be easy for me to find. Or you can be like, hi, or how you doing? I will always try to reply back to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's your boy Flame. Out.